Hey guys, it's Raul again, and today I'll be sharing with you my least favorite reads of 2020. So in 2020, I actually don't have a huge list of least favorite books because I did end up DNFing a lot of books in 2020. I will link somewhere on the screen or down below the video that I did of books that I DNF'd in 2020. So I didn't actually have a lot of books that I finished that were in my least favorites, but I did still have a few books that were my least favorite of the year that I actually did finish, and I wanted to share those with you guys today. So before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I post videos every Tuesday and Friday, and let's go ahead and get started. Now the first book I have on this list of least favorite books of 2020 is a sad one to have on this list, but that is Death Note Volume 3. I absolutely adored Volume 1, really enjoyed Volume 2, but for some reason did not like the shift that Volume 3 took. And for those of you who don't know, Death Note is about a boy who finds a notebook that belongs to a Shinigami or a demon, and any name that he writes in this notebook dies. So he finds out this new power, this new gift that he has, this ability that he's able to kind of kill off these people, whoever he writes the name into. And then there's a lot of things in this series about morality and just like that fine line between what's actually moral and what's not. Very interesting series, very interesting concept. Just it shifted its perspective, at least with the setting and some of the things that were going on with the story that I just couldn't connect with, didn't really enjoy. I didn't really like how they were treating one of the female characters in this volume. I actually hated how she was being treated, and I don't know, for some reason I couldn't really connect with the new kind of confined spaces of this new volume. For some reason I just did not love it as much as I did the other ones. I think I ended up giving this a 2-star, and this really ended up kind of like losing a little bit of my faith in the series just because I was loving it so much with the first 2 volumes. After I read Volume 3, it took me a while to finally pick up Volume 4 because I don't know, for some reason I just did not like this one at all. Really didn't enjoy it. Thankfully, Volume 4, I ended up redeeming itself a little bit more for me, and I continued on with the series, but Volume 3 for me was just an absolute struggle. And the next book on this list of least favorite reads of 2020 is The Infinite Sea by Ricky Yancey. This is the second book in the 5th Wave series. It is a YA, science fiction, kind of alien invasion type series. I somewhat enjoyed the first one, but this one, I remember enjoying it when I was listening to it on audiobook. But at this point in the year, I honestly don't remember a single thing that happened in this book. It was extremely forgettable. I know that a lot of people don't really enjoy the second book. It's kind of like well known for not being the greatest book in the series. I hear that book 3 is okay, at least of an ending, but book 2 for a lot of people is a struggle, and I can definitely see why. This definitely changes a lot of the setting. It incorporates a lot of new characters, which is interesting again, but extremely forgettable, because honestly right now I can't tell you a single thing of what happened in book 2. It's not that great. I did not enjoy it, and I see why a lot of people don't enjoy the second book in the series. And the last 2 books that I have on this list of least favorites of 2020 are both part of a series, and that is Shatter Me and Unravel Me, both by Tahara Mafi. This is another YA dystopian series that follows our main character, Juliet, who has the ability to hurt people with her touch. And yeah, I mean, this is, for me, I feel like I read this very late in the game. A lot of people absolutely loved this series. Other people just don't like it at all, and this was very middle of the road for me. I thought it was okay. I thought it was, again, a very generic series, but again, reading it late in, after there's 6 books published and a bunch of short stories and everything, reading it so late, you can definitely feel how dated this series is. It's very, very romance heavy. You have kind of the typical love triangle, which I don't mind love triangles when they're done really well, but this one, I don't know, it's just, I thought it was okay. I was intrigued with this series. I ended up starting book 3 and getting about a third of the way through and just completely lost interest in the series and never finished book 3. So yeah, I thought this is just, it's very generic. If I would have read this series back in the Twilight years, right after I had read Twilight, I probably would have ended up loving this series. But, years after, it's kind of that YA generic dystopian heavy romance kind of series that I don't connect with anymore. I don't really end up reaching for it anymore. And yeah, it ended up just making my least favorites. I didn't hate it. Absolutely did not hate it. I enjoyed the writing style and everything, but just I don't know. I read so many amazing books in the year that this is definitely did not stand out at all for me. So yeah guys, that is it for my least favorite reads of 2020. Comment down below, let me know what your least favorite reads were in the year 2020. I would absolutely love to know. Thank you guys all again for watching, and I will see you all next time.